Hey, it's Bean. Welcome back to the Frosty K Zero to Hero series. We had a lot of fun last time, and then the shaman hits me with this bullshit. Hope you DC on the first pull, DK. Lizard. Fucked up. And I gotta say thank you to everyone that has subscribed. Finally hit 1,000. Means the world to me. So we're starting off in Tazavesh Streets +7. In General Grievous's room, we have a little bit of trouble just because there's so much shit going on. So the support officers have a refraction shield. When they apply this to themselves, harmful spells will actually damage the casters. You can purchase to get rid of it. The interrogation specialist will put a glyph of restraint. Random player gets a debuff, needs a magic dispel. Our shaman there actually gets that, plus the beam splicer, which is that spinning thing. So he had a dot from that and the debuff together killed the shaman. And then the priest got finished off there in the corner by a hyperlight bolt, which is, easy to interrupt. And some other things to look out for are the custom security, which has the hard light baton, kind of hits pretty hard if you're a tank, and the disruption grenades, just dodge the circles and it's fine. But yeah, this room's all about interrupt the bad stuff, don't touch the spinning lanes of death like I just went through it like a dumbass. Pretty much be fine in there if you pay attention to that stuff. No trouble with Soasme here. Again, later in this episode, though, we are definitely going to have some trouble with Soasme. So I actually get a little upgrade there. I got a 58 score, put me at 1600. So next we're jumping into Halls of Atonement +7, and we really don't have too much trouble in this dungeon actually. Here before the second boss with these stairs, we accidentally pulled both of these slashers, and their little frontal is like dirt on the ground, but it clips through the stairs there. So that's what killed the priest. He could not actually see the frontal through the stairs. Priest, Druid, and the warrior all actually took a big chunk of damage there, but that's it, one death. And I will say Blizzard has been kind of generally doing a lot better with letting you know areas that are dangerous. It's a work in progress. That's it, no problem. Finish the dungeon. End up getting 266 score, puts me at 1866. No upgrade though. Then we jump into an Ecodome +8, and this is kind of a wild pull for us. So these overcharged sentinels, very important. Immune to CC. Once their shield goes down, they get unstable core, which lasts until they're defeated. So that's like your absolute priority target, because a random player will get selected every 1.5 seconds to take damage and leave a pile of shit on the floor. And if this goes on for too long, there's going to be nowhere to stand, and everyone's just going to be completely wrecked. Tamed Runestalkers, I like to call them the Tron lizards. They do little warps, so you just gotta avoid their lines. If you're a DK, you can actually grip them to interrupt it and stop it from happening. Man, shit starts getting a little bit wild here. As you can see, I am not focusing the sentinel though. This is before I knew how important that was. So definitely I did not help with how this pool turns out. There's also the Far Stalkers, but you want to keep 4 yards apart to avoid damage when they put their kind of circle thing on you, and interrupt arcing zaps. Big damage on up to 3 players if you do not. I think our rogue is about to die here to this frontal. Somehow I live when I think I should have died from it. God, there's so much stuff going on here. So yeah, the Arcane Slash hit the rogue, killed him. The healer died, so it's only a matter of time now because the Sentinel's still up. I get the Arcing Energy debuff, but there's no healer to dispel it anymore, so that's really bad news for me. Hunter dies, I die, and I just left to regret my choices.
It seems like bad things are always happening to me. Like I have bad luck or something.
Son, you don't have bad luck. The reason that bad things happen to you is because you're a dumbass.
And right there, our rogue just got killed again on the way back to the fight before the tank had arrived, and then he got killed again by the Tron lizard. After that, though, despite, that was a really just awful pull. Definitely focus that sentinel, guys. We finish. I get my Keystone Master. That's pretty nice. Puts me at 2145. Still 698 eye level. Then we have a little bit of a reset going. It's Tuesday, so I'm going to check the vault and enjoy my new mount. And it's time to sim some stuff.
What you working on?
The budget.
Yeah.
Crunching the numbers.
Yeah.
Chipping away.
Always got to sim your stuff, guys. super important. Although it is kind of hard to sim Frost DK. You can't just do like the default settings for Frost DK. End up taking the C4ium Pacemaker. He says, all good tanks are a rare breed these days.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're scum! We suck!
So we jump here into a Streets +9. Our Evoker's standing completely still. Doesn't even look like he was doing any attacks. He was just standing there. I don't know what's up with that, but he got blown the fuck up. Demon Hunter's doing a bunch of anime shit. Evoker's zooming past, so I don't know if he was AFK for a second or having some sort of connection issue. He seems to have returned to us, thankfully. So we finish off this shit, and then we jump back into General Grievous's room for the second time. And dealing with the Emissary affix this week. And then our Demon Hunter gets multiple stacks of the little arc slicer, the beams there. So yeah, he's hurting. He had like 3 stacks of that shit, killed him. It's really easy to lose track of what's going on in the action of it, so just watch out for it. We jump into Zofex. As the fight starts, you can see the Paladin says lust. You know, that would be a great idea to lust at the start of this fight. So we haven't lusted yet. Nothing happened, so...
Well, we're waiting.
Here in a second. The tank, yeah. Lust! All caps lust. But unfortunately, guys, the lust never comes. So that's sad times. But, you know, we're just going to keep fighting. It's fine. And I'm noticing upon rewatching this footage that Demon Hunter and the Evoker did take quite a long time to actually find their weapons from the impound. Here's the impound. Yeah, interrogation. Evoker needs to run away for the interrogation. He stands still. Ah, damn. Holy Paladin sends the battle res. I was not going to because clearly no lust. Homie says, okay, Evoker is a noob. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird that like a noob gets into a +9. I see how it can happen though, because I don't really do a lot of homework on the dungeons like I should. I much prefer to stumble through them, just because I hate doing homework, really. And you can see me here, kind of struggling to deal with the affix as well. I run away because I get selected for interrogation. Paladin gets bonked by his spinning blades on the way there, but since he sent the battle res on the Evoker earlier, we can't get him back. Pro tip here though, if you're playing a DK, you can actually anti-magic shell the interrogation, and you won't get it. Did not know this, but I do now. And I'm pretty sure there's actually a few other classes that can also avoid interrogation. I'm pretty sure one of my buddies used a mage ice block maybe to do it. Without the healer, I can't do anything and I get killed there. So I'm left to watch the rest of this fight on the floor. They finished the fight though, luckily, and our tank was trying to determine
when he talking.
if the Evoker spoke English.
My name is Jeff.
Evoker dies to the like overlapping shit. You're supposed to like stand in the second one, wait for the first one to end, then switch spots so you don't get killed by that. When you have Devouring on here, you want to absorb all the orbs and not cleave your teammates. If you're too close to them, it hurts them. I'm not obviously performing this to the best of my ability, but I wanted to do some damage. I mean, completely justified, right? But it's definitely worth it to get as many of these as you can because they will keep spawning throughout the entire fight and you'll be saving your teammates by getting them and giving yourself a little bit of extra damage. Oh yeah, if you get this like shit where you're connected to someone, just touch the person so you don't have to deal with it. It is damage, but
She's dead.
It's better than like struggling against it.
All those wrong notes you play made it sound more original.
Yeah, and you do want to get as many of these notes as you can. Our Demon Hunter was standing just on the outside of that nasty little food circle and got killed. And then our Evoker sees the lust this time. And we get it. Hell yeah.
Baby! That's what I've been waiting for.
We actually take care of the emissary there. Slamming away at the boss, 36% health. Like, hell yeah. But I have not been paying attention to the mechanic.
Look, Pim, I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
Oh, come on. That's nonsense, Charlie.
Yeah, and I'm still not paying attention. Shuri's gone off again. When you're fighting Soasmi, the most important thing to pay attention to is the Shuri. When Shuri happens, you've got to get in there. Or this happens.
No.
Yeah, completely on my dumbass, not paying attention whatsoever. And dude, he has 3% health, but this takes forever. It's just the tank and the healer. All 3 DPS have died. Hilarious. Actually, not hilarious. I'm so sorry. So sorry, you guys. I should be doing so much damage right now, but instead I'm lying on the floor. This is why you gotta pay attention to mechanics, everybody. Or you end up with a beautiful view of the fight from the floor. Luckily, though, they know how to stay alive. They know how to look at the Shuri and go through a couple teleporters. But yeah, we'll just enjoy the rest of this fight because this is what I deserve. We did it, guys. Yay.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
And it's time that we get into the tent. So I jump into my first tent, Dawnbreaker plus 10. And here we are, a little fountain courtyard before the second boss. I hate this area because Midnight Ritualists cast these beams on 2 players and put a big circle debuff on players right there that needs to be dispelled. When it's dispelled, actually explodes and knocks back. Unfortunately, our warrior had the Tormenting Beam and the Stygian Steed debuff at the same time and got nuked by it. But I hate fighting in this area, not only because the Ritualists, but all these Dark Casters, they're also casting their own Tormenting Beams, and it just sucks, man. What's the other thing they do? Oh yeah, they have Umbral Barrier, Magic Shield you can interrupt or purge. But yeah, there's just so much interrupts needed, and it's a pain in the ass. All the other rest of the fights are going quite well though. The new Bokaj is actually pretty simple. It's just kind of 3 things that kind of just repeat over and over. Aim your Dark Orb straight, avoid Terrifying Slam, and defensive for Shadowy Decay. As you can see, our Paladin is like absolutely killing it damage-wise. He even goes offline here during this fight for a second. I don't know how or what happens, but as we're doing this fight, you'll see he's offline, and it doesn't even matter. By the end of the dungeon, he's still like light years ahead of us in damage. But yeah, this fight's not too bad. You know, bring the slime waves to the edges, get the barrels, DPS get the barrels. And after the intermission, the barrels are replaced with the spinnerets. Just place those to the sides as well. Now here's the slime, bring it to the edge. And once you get him to under 60% there, fight's over. Plus 2'd it. First 10 plus 2'd. Hell yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, success.
And then we're jumping into our final key, a Streets plus 10. How many times have I run this fucking... This is like the 3rd time I've done this dungeon in this episode. So here in the beginning part, avoid the beam slicers, interrupt the hard light barriers. You just gotta be on top of your stuff and don't stand in the shit. In a second, once we get in the corner here, it's gonna be bad news for our warlock. He gets down to about half health from other damage going out, and then this hyper light, one of the hyper light bolts is gonna finish him off from half health, unfortunately. And we don't quite finish off the emissary here, so it gets off a tiny little buff. It was mostly dead, so not super important there. Get into Zofex here. Our evoker gets selected for interrogation. I don't see it on my screen, but I'm pretty sure the priest got bonked by his spinning blade. Very unfortunate, but we go over there and free the evoker and continue the fight. But, I mean, this fight's really not too bad. Probably the most annoying part of fighting Zofex is when you get your weapons impounded, really. But yeah, like, what kind of absolute fool would get bonked by the blades and just die?
You got knocked the fuck out!
No, I'm playing. It's easy to get tunnel vision doing damage, so yeah, makes sense. We do have a battle res, but nobody to actually send a battle res, so gotta finish this fight from the floor again. So second time this episode I have also died during that fight. Oh, here we're fighting the mini-boss Zofar outside of the postmaster's room. Which I actually like fighting him here with a bunch of trash. I think it feels a lot better. Our priest is about to die in the back there. He gets clipped by that mine. Prox's angel. But this area's, the trash here's not too bad. The phalanx shield, you just gotta CC. You can grip it if you're Death Knight or just move enemies away. And then the spark casters just interrupt their salvo. And if you get the link, like I said before, just touch tips and end it. But yeah, I learned my lesson after the last horrible experience where I was not watching the mechanic, and we're at 2246, guys. I swear I'm gonna finish this series before midnight drop, so stay tuned. It's been super busy lately. Big thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to help support the channel. And hey, if you want to help me go full-time, you can go to Icy Veins and check out my articles there. Recently started contributing. It's awesome. But love you guys, appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.